friends, I'm back. There's a mop in the background and a bunch of unpacked stuff because I've recently moved, but I had to film this video without everything being perfect because I don't know how long it'll take for everything to be perfect. And also, I ordered something that I'm way too excited to not film with. So this bad boy is the Melt Loves Beetlejuice collection. I ordered the PR box that cost the price of my unborn child, but this is the PR box. Isn't it so, like, oh my god, it's so cool. And you can't, I don't think you'll be able to see it on camera, but this is like that, I don't know what it's called, but it's like a, not a hologram, but like it moves when you move it. Super trippy, super cool. So it's also very heavy, but we're gonna open up the lid. And I haven't swatched or looked at anything. I did open up the box though. So look at how freaking beautiful this is. Whoops. Okay, we're just moving everything. Do you see that? It's like a pop-up of the house, and then the big, what is it called? Like a sandworm, snake worm? I don't know. A big old monster that he turns into. And then the products, some of the products are down here, and then there's actually a drawer that slides out. But we'll start with the first row of products. I'm gonna actually maybe I'll show you the drawer pull out first. Okay. Oh my god, it's so heavy. So there is a drawer pull out full of stuff. I can't even hold this and pull out the drawer at the same time. So let's see here. So what we're gonna do in this video is obviously basically a live unboxing of the products that came with this super cute sticker that maybe I'll put on my water bottle, and then this really pretty just promo pictures of Laura and Dana. Those are the owners of Melt Cosmetics. And then this handy dandy, I think this is an info booklet. So it does say, just gives you information on each of the products. So we'll keep this out so I can share what this says. And then it is a note from the owners. It says, "It's showtime. We hope you love this collection as much as we do. Love, Laura and Dana." So that's super cute as well. So first, I don't know what we should start with first. Okay, well, I guess we'll start with this first. So first, what I'm really excited about, because I've been trying new mascaras and I can't find one that I like. So they actually launched a mascara and an eyelash curler, which is this really pretty red one. It says Melt Loves Beetlejuice on it, and then they did send the extra little foam piece. So I guess when you want to take this one off, there's an extra one to change it in the little package. So I'm going to actually put this in my drawer here. Okay, so we have that, and then if I could get the freaking mascara. Okay, so I think this is called let's whip out our little booklet. This is called the Ultra Black Supernatural Lash Mascara. Now the whole collection is limited edition, so I don't know if this mascara is limited edition or if they'll like come out with it in new packaging. I read somewhere that the reason that collabs are always limited edition, if they're collabs with like licensed products like Disney, things like that, they have to be limited edition because the company that's creating the product has to pay like a licensing for the fee to use their stuff, and that costs them money, and so it's not like financially beneficial for them to continue to produce those products, etc. Anyway, so who knows, but anyway, this is so pretty. I don't even know. It says Beetlejuice on the packaging. It has the sand, I think it's a sandworm, I don't know, on it. Let's see what the wand looks like. Ooh, it's kind of an interesting mascara wand, a little bit. Super spiky, so I'm excited to try that. So you can buy the curler and the mascara as a set for $35. The mascara on its own is $24, and it doesn't look like they are selling, as of right now, they don't have it uploaded to look like they're selling the curler on its own. So anyway, so if you want the curler, you can get the mascara and the curler as a set, but it does appear that you can purchase the mascara without the curler if you didn't want it. So the next up, we're gonna go keep it with these bad boys. So these are their cream gel liners, and then they have I think it's called like a pigment paint. Yes, a pigment paint. So these gel liners are, let's look. Does it say anything on here? Okay, so the 125 years gel liner is this really, oh gosh, I love how they do like the perfect dollop. It's this like super awesome like gray that I think is just gonna be so stunning. And then on the packaging you can see the skull and it says Beetlejuice. And okay, so then this is the other one. This is called the Afterlife. It is this like lovely like baby puke neon green. So like, although I think if your kid puked this up, you'd probably be like, my dog's throw up kind of looks this color sometimes when it's like just a stomach acid. Is that too much information? I don't know. Anyway, and then this is the pigment paint. So this is called Utterly Alone. Now I did watch Melt Cosmetics video, and the reason that this is called a pigment paint versus a gel liner is because it is technically not approved by the FDA to be used around the eyes. So they cannot sell it as an eyeliner when there is not like an FDA approval that it is safe for eye use. What they said is that what it's recommended in this little brochure is for application to the face and body. Usually the issue with things like this, like for glitters, they're not considered eye safe because the particles can get into your eyes. For things like this, it's because of the pigment may cause staining. So what you can do is swatch this on your arm, let it sit for a little bit, wipe it off, and then if it stains your skin on your arm, it's gonna probably stain the skin on your eyes. If you can't see it right now, my eyes lids are actually have a hint of blue because I had the Beauty Bay Book of Magic palette, and I took that eyeshadow off, but it did leave a blue kind of stain on my eyes. So I use stuff that stains my eyes all the time. It doesn't bother me, but if you have really sensitive eyes, you're probably not gonna wanna use something that's gonna maybe stain it, might cause, you know, a bad eye reaction. Anyway, so just so you know that. So then next up, and of course we're doing the eyeshadow palettes last because I don't want you guys clicking out of this video after you see the only thing you care about. So we are moving along to the Electrip lip paints. So I guess these are lip paints that dry metallic and then leave a lip stain once removed. And if I can't get these out. Okay. Oh, ow. Okay. Ow, that hurt my finger. Okay, so this one is Weirder and Weirder. And it is a very it's like a black almost with like just purple and gold metallics. I'm going to swatch, I could have swatched the other ones. I'm going to swatch this on the back of my hand so we can, oh, that smells heavenly. Oh, that smells so good. I don't know what that smell is, but it smells absolutely delightful. So as you can see, it looks like oh, my light's like, oh. There we go. Do you see that? It's like when it reflects in the light, it's kind of purple, but it definitely has like a black base to it. Okay. And did I say which one this one? Yeah, Weirder and Weirder. Okay, so now we're moving on to the next one. Oh, and then the cost of that. I didn't say the cost of the gel liners either. So sorry. The gel liners are $19 a piece. Electrip lip paints are $19 a piece as well. Okay, so this one is It's Showtime. This one's the one I'm probably the most excited about. Catch me with a metallic lip for like the rest of the year, you guys. Okay. So It's Showtime is this absolutely stunning, like bright, it's like a pink metallic magenta. Oh, I love it. I love it so much. Okay. And then the last but not least is Strange and Unusual. There we go. Which looks like this in the bottle. I really like kind of the ombre effect in the bottles. You can't really see it in that first one, but you can kind of see it in this one. This one's the lightest, so I feel like it's the most noticeable. But I really like that detail on the packaging. All of the packaging feels super luxe so far. Doesn't feel cheap. Feels really nice. Okay, this one's definitely a pink. Ooh, it has kind of like a kind of an orangey reflect. So see, that one definitely looks more pink, but let's see if we can get it where the light shines on it. My light's just super reflective off of it because they're really metallic. But anyway, I'm going to grab a eyeliner brush and we'll swatch the gel liners before we move too far along. So we'll start with the paint. What is it? The pigment paint. So Utterly Alone. And they definitely clearly mark this as a pigment paint versus a gel liner on their website. So don't worry about like forgetting and getting confused. Ooh, that's really pretty. I can see where it would stain. It's gonna leave like a pink stain probably on my skin, but that's really nice. It's that like just like a true like royal purple eyeliner or pigment paint, excuse me. So now I'm gonna clean off my brush. So now I'm going to do the Afterlife, that really dog pukey green color, I should say. Ooh, this one's like kind of liquidy. I don't know if this one melted a little bit. Like in transit, it's a little bit more liquidy than the pigment paint and their other gel liners that I'm used to. It's got more of a liquidy. It's not a liquid liner by any means. It just doesn't, I don't know. It moves a lot more is what I should say than the other gel liners that I have from them. Okay, there we go. Oh, it has just such a nice like grungy tone to it once it dries down. Oh, that's so pretty. It's the gel liner in 125 years, this gray one. This one also moves a bit more than the other like gel liners that I'm used to. I don't know how that'll, like it's moving more in the pot. I don't know if that, like I said, it could have melted or something in transit. I don't know. They dried down and they fine. So maybe they just, I hope they didn't formulate. I love the gel liners. They're my favorite. But anyway, that's what that gray looks like. Stunning. Love it. Love this whole thing. Okay. So far, a win. I haven't seen anything I didn't like. Not that I've actually applied anything to my face yet, but love it all. Next up, we have the lipsticks. So this is Ghost with the Most. Also, look at this beautiful lime green, like see-through plastic packaging. I love it. Oh my God. Oh, this is the olive green shade. And then I don't want to turn it up too much and get it all broken, but do you see the like detailing on the actual lipstick? So pretty. Okay. So I'm going to, we'll swatch this lower on the back of my hand. It's going over my wrist bone, so sorry, it's not going to be the best swatch. But this is a very unique, like olive. This is a lipstick. It's that olive shade. I'm so excited to try it out. And the lipsticks are also $19 a piece. This one, the next one is Miss Argentina. This one I think is so pretty. It's like a very bright orangey red, I feel like. Oh, actually, it's a little bit more pinky based red, but it's still really bright. Super cool. It's kind of orangey, at least on the camera, or with the lights on it too. And then this one is Calypso. This is a really pretty purple too. Listen, if you guys are new around here, I am a hoe for anything purple, so they really killed me with this collection. Did I say what this was? Calypso. Oh yeah. So it's that purple. It's kind of like a magenta-y purple, but still really pretty. Okay, so that was the top row. Like I said, I'm saving the eyeshadow palettes for last. They're also in the top part of the box, but we're gonna pull this out and get to the other stuff. So this is a clutch that you can use as a clutch. Also, you can put the brushes inside of it. It has the true to Beetlejuice black and white stripes. I tried to go with stripes. I felt like that was Beetlejuice, but this is, I don't have a black and white stripe shirt. Like, this is the closest I got, so here we are. Anyway, has the stripes on the inside, has the Melt logo for the zipper. Could use it as like a makeup bag, brush bag, whatever. Super cute. And it's a faux leather pouch, I should say. And I think if you buy the brushes, the Lydia brush set automatically comes with the bag and the brushes, and that is $80. So let me grab these bad boy brushes, which $80 for 5 brushes and a bag is kind of expensive. So this is what the brushes look like. So they're half black, half white. They have Lydia dancing, like little cartoons of her dancing on the bottom. Those are the brushes. And then the thing that I was partially most excited for, the mirror. So this has Lydia dancing around, like when she comes home from school with that dancing scene. Anyway, has the cartoon images of that around the mirror. So also it's a pretty good mirror. I mean, I'm seeing way more of my skin than I would like to. I'm not going to turn it around to show you guys the actual mirror because it'll just blind you with my lights. So I do think you can buy the mirror individually. The mirror itself is $21 on its own. All right. Now, are you guys ready for the grand finale? So we have these are thick. Okay, so we have 2 eyeshadow palettes. There is the Recently Deceased palette that comes in this purple packaging box, and the red like box packaging, the Waiting Room. So both, let's see what the price of each of these palettes are. Okay, so the Recently Deceased palette is $48, which is standard for any of their palettes that have 8 eyeshadows. And then the Waiting Room palette is $58, which is standard for any of their palettes that have 10 shadows. Now, both of these are called pressed pigment palettes because, again, there are shades in here that are not going to be considered eye safe by the FDA because of the staining. From what I've read and seen, there's no pressed glitters in any of these. For me personally, I don't mind staining on my eye, so those eye safety warnings aren't a huge bother to me, but I do have issues with pressed glitters, so I try to avoid those if I can. So this is the Recently Deceased palette. See, it has that same like green packaging. Love it. It is, and it's really thick. Like it's pretty thick. She thick. Oops. Okay, so the like plastic inside is like looks like a film negative from the graveyard scene. Oh, I love that. Oh, that's so cool. Okay, and then you have this whole part is a mirror. I'm gonna again try not to blind you, but that is what the 8 shades look like. Okay, so let's see here. We're gonna just roll up the whole sleeve. I don't know how I'm gonna show this to you guys. I think I'm just gonna go like this, up this way. And then let's see which, so Recently Deceased, Lost Souls, and okay. 4 of the 8 shades are have the pressed pigment, like the warning for it says contain ingredients that are not approved by the FDA and Melt Cosmetics for use on the eyes. Keep out of reach of children. So essentially they're saying that we're not saying to put this on your eyes, but we're just selling this as an eyeshadow palette. Again, it doesn't bother me, but whatever. So Beetlejuice, it has like this like embossing or like imprint of his face. I don't want to swatch it and get rid of it, but I have to. So Beetlejuice. Oh, I'm so sad. Okay, so this is like a lime. Let's see how far. Let's go far down so that we can have some room. Okay, that was a terrible swatch, but it's like that. It's kind of similar to the shade. My brain is not working. It's similar to the gel liner. That's that like lime pukey green. And then, okay, so Paranormal is next up. That is not one that has a warning. It is a It's really beautiful, like dark green. Okay, so next is Draw a Door. Again, I have to ruin his face. And oh yeah, that'll be a nice deepening shade for that first shade, Beetlejuice. It just really plays up that grungy, mustardy color. And then Neurotic. Okay, so the 4 shades that are, and this isn't surprising, the 4 shades that are not approved, have ingredients not approved by the FDA are the purple shades, which, sorry, I don't think you guys saw that swatch, but oh, look at that shimmer. Oh my God, that's so metallic. Okay, wow. And that's not surprising. Typically and it's similar to the purple paint, the pigment needed to create like a rich purple, pink, red, is usually if you want to keep it vegan and create those pigments, it usually is an ingredient not approved by the FDA. But anyway, so the next 4, all 4 of the purples, those are not considered safe per the FDA and according to this box Melt Cosmetics. But anyway, so first one up is Recently Deceased. And that this one feels like not the best. Honestly, that's kind of more of like it feels more of like a satin. It looks shimmery in the pan, but I feel like it applies more satiny. So it's not like a super reflective or shimmery metallic. Okay, so next up, we're going with Lost Souls. Ooh, this is a lovely, like a royal purple, I guess. That's what it looks like to me. What do I know? Okay, and then Little Accident. Oh yeah, this one's much more high shine. Also has more of like a pinkiness to it. You can see. All right, and then last but not least in this palette is Bio Exorcist. Oh no. This one's really powdery, so I just basically took up like all of his face just by barely dipping my finger in. But look at the payoff on that. Okay, so those are the 8 shades in the Recently Deceased palette, which again retails for $48. I love the packaging. Oh my God. And it like snaps shut. I love it. And then I never keep my plastic thingies. That's why I was surprised when it was in there and it fell out because I'm not used to that, but I'm keeping this one. That is stunning. Okay, and so next up we're gonna go with open up the Waiting Room palette. It's so freaking lovely. Okay. And they actually, both palettes have, okay, so one has Beetlejuice's face. This just has the sandworm-y face, but they're very similar prints. And I don't know if you can see it. Yeah, it's red. So this one's red. Okay, cool. And then, so one thing to note, the eye safety warnings are on the back of the boxes. They are not on the palettes themselves. So if that's something you're concerned about, then you don't want to throw your box away. That's the only way you'll know which ones are not FDA approved. So this is the scene from the waiting room. It's super cool. Okay, so this is what she looks like on the inside. Just this really pretty like red and gray themed palette. I really like it. So let's see how many of these shades are not. Okay, so in this one, it's only 2 of the shades, Sod Girl and Lydia. Okay, so it's it's this metallic and this metallic. So that's not bad, given that this one's like mostly a red palette. So we are going to start with the shade. Oh, and I don't know if you guys saw, the detailing on this one is like her cut off legs, like the imprint is that. That's funny. Okay, so Obituary is the first shade. Oh, that's so pretty. Oh my God, I love that. That is like such a stunning like maroon, basically. Oh my gosh, that's so lovely. Okay, and then No Exit, which is a bit darker. I didn't swatch that one as well, but it's just would deepen the shade Obituary really well. Okay, Sod Girl. So this is the first one that's not considered approved by the, or having an ingredient that's not approved by the FDA. Oh, but she is pretty. That one applied really nice. That's actually, feels like a nice formula. I haven't tried it on the eyes yet, but. And then Dante's Inferno. Ooh. Oh, that's a fun metallic brown. Yes, love that. Okay, and then the last one on this that is not approved or has an ingredient not approved by the FDA is the shade Lydia, which is that really pretty red metallic. Okay, and then we're on to the second row. Okay, so this one is Charman, and this is like a black. Wow. Okay. Ooh, yes. That is a very pigmented black. Like you can kind of see how pigmented it is by going over my tattoo. Like look at that. Wow. Okay, cool. And then next up is Tombstone, which is a dark gray. I kind of like it because it's almost like has like a grainy tone, like undertone to it. And then we have Shrunken Head, which is a slightly lighter gray. I was concerned, yeah. Those don't look that different. Like we probably could have had one in the palette and then done a different shade and been okay. Okay, so we have 2 colors left. We have Juno. Oh, this one looked so pretty in their video that they did. Okay, this is a very terrible. They did say, I don't even know if you can see it. They said that it's supposed to just be like silvery, like glitter, really. Like it's not meant to be super opaque. Like it's just gonna have like silvery reflex to it. I don't know if you can see how sparkly it is. It's really pretty, as what they designed it for is like to be a topper shade. So that's really, really pretty. And then Sandworm is the white. And okay, we're just gonna have to swatch that bad boy up here, which is really bad. Oh my god. Okay, it's actually like a light gray, I would say, more than a white, or like a grayish white. But anyway, those are all the shades from all the palettes. So fun. Again, that one is $58. So, oh my gosh, I love that. There's like a quote on the inside of the box that says, "Is this what happens when you die?" And then let's see if this one has one too. Oh yeah. Oh, well, it says Beetlejuice, 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 which I just said his name 3 times. So, okay. So I really am happy with my purchase, even though it was a lot of money. And this box is so big. I don't know where I'm going to put it. I feel like I'm going to end up keeping this stuff in the box just to enjoy it for like a little bit. So I will go have dinner with my people and come back and we'll do some demos of some looks. All right. I don't know why I'm telling you I'm going to come back. You're not going to know. It's going to be like a second for you. So I'm going to prime my eyes with my, not my eyeballs, but my eyelids with my Urban Decay eyeshadow primer potion. And then as you can see, we're using our new mirror. Working great so far. Okay, so what I think I'm going to do, because this is just a demo, I'm just going to do one look with the Waiting Room palette on one eye and one look with the Recently Deceased palette on the other eye, and then I'll probably try and work the gel liner, like a gel liner or 2, I don't know, multiple. I'm going to try and use the gel liners is what I'm attempting to say. Obviously, I have one set of lips, so we'll probably just use one of the lip products, or maybe we'll put a lipstick on and then one of the lip stains on top. I don't know. I haven't gotten that far yet. So I should also try the brushes too. That would make sense. And then obviously we're going to try the mascara. We'll do the Waiting Room palette first. Part of me really wants to do just like a cool tone smoky eye with like the grays in this palette. And I really want to use that shade Juno just because that looks like a really pretty shimmer. But those reds are also really lovely. Decisions. I think we're going to go with the gray the Cool Tone Smoky. So I'm going to start with I'm going to use their tapered blending brush. I'm going to start with the shade Shrunken Head, which is the lightest gray, although the two grays were pretty similar. Ooh, and she is more pigmented than I was expecting. It's definitely much darker in person than I feel like it's showing up on camera. So you're probably seeing it as just a light wash of color because I have so many lights. So I'm just, because it packed so much color on at first, which I know you doesn't really look like anything on your end, but I placed it on the outside corner and I'm just kind of trying to blend it out. This brush is blending the shadow really well. I'm not having any like skipping issues or anything like that. So we're going back into Shrunken Head a little bit more, and now we're going to try and build that up a little bit. Okay, so that is sufficiently dark and smoky in person. So now I'm going to use the smaller blending brush and we're going to go with the shade Tombstone, which is the darker gray. I mean, I guess on the eye I would say I see this one does look a little bit different. When I swatched them, they felt like essentially the same in the swatches, but I also haven't quite blended this one out yet, so we'll see. And these are all just first impressions. This is just my first time trying the palette, so I can do, you know, like a multiple looks video or something with each palette if you guys are interested, or even combining the palettes and give you a better idea on my feelings on the collection as a whole at that time. I mean, those shadows kind of blended themselves. Like, it really wasn't that difficult of a blend. Okay, so now what I want to do is I want to put the shade Charman, which is that really pigmented black. I want to put that in the outer corner, but I'm going to use a really small brush because that black was intense. This one has, I'm going to clean this brush off really fast, but do you see it's like skinny and it's a pencil brush. So let's get the purple off. Okay, so now I'm taking that brush, and this is a BH Cosmetics 105 brush, and I'm dipping into the shade Charman, and I'm really just going to keep that to the outer corner. I'm going to bring it in kind of like slightly so that it creates kind of like a winged liner look, but I'm not necessarily going for like a winged liner with this, if that makes sense. So now I'm just taking that same big tapered blending brush from Melt that we started off with, and I'm not adding any extra product. I'm just going back and forth, circular motions and windshield wiper motions to blend out that outer corner. And then let's see here. I'm going to take a bit more of Tombstone to just go right above the black to kind of ease that transition a bit more. Okay. I love this. Like, I am really happy with how this is looking so far. Okay, so I blended that out. Now, because Juno, I think I'm going to actually cut my crease, which I haven't done in a minute. But because Juno is kind of just like a sparkly topper shade, I want to put it over a, just like a neutral base. I don't want it to cut, like, because the gray is kind of on my eyelids. So anyway, oh, that came out faster. So I'm using my ABH eyeshadow primer to cut my crease. And I dabbed that on the back of my hand and then dabbed my brush on it and moved it around a little bit to warm it up on my hand. And then we're just tapping this on my lid. And I'm gonna look up so I can create, it creates the cut crease line I wanna follow where my natural eyelid is. And then I go slightly above my natural eyelid so that it gives the appearance that my eyelid's a little bit bigger than it actually is. And we're just kind of tapping and swiping. And I'm just kind of patting it into where that we put that shade Charmy on that black. Okay, there we go. Okay, and now I'm going to actually wet my brush, I think, and I'm gonna use a flat brush. Yeah, I'm gonna use a flat brush, and I'm just gonna wet my brush with MAC Fix Plus, and then we're gonna go into that shade Juno, that shade that they said is meant to be a more of a, I don't think they called it a topper shade, but they definitely said it's not supposed to be super opaque. It's just going to have like a silver sparkle. Okay, so the shade's a little chunky, so I probably would be, I think I can, I don't know if you'll be able to see, just kind of, it's a little flaky and chunky. So I probably would prefer a glitter glue with this, but we went with the Fix Plus, so. Ooh, that's really actually a pretty neutral eye. You guys can see. I like that shine that the shade Juno has. Just trying to build it up a bit. Let's see if we can get more opacity by building the shade up. Yeah, that looks nice. So now I want to do a fun liner. And since we have so much sparkle, I think I'm gonna avoid the pigment paint because that's has sparkle as well. I don't want to add too, I just don't, it feels like too much sparkle, you know? So we're using the shade, the Afterlife, this green one, because we're gonna just make this, I feel like we have to make this more of an interesting look. And actually what I like to do with the gel liners normally is I just put it in the lid like that, like a dollop in the lid, and then I brush my brush through it on the lid. I feel like I have more control versus picking up a bunch in the like in the actual pot. And actually I probably should have blended. I should have blended the shimmery shade into that black a bit more, but it is a little late now, so we're just gonna roll with it. And I actually really like how this is turning out. I didn't at first. I was kind of like, oh crap, I should have gone with the purple. But as I'm building this up and it's drying down into more of that grungy, pukey green color, I think it looks really nice. So yeah, I'm gonna actually try and, so I'm not adding any more of that black to this BH Cosmetics brush, but I am gonna just tap this so that it's more of a blend. Okay. Yes, all right, perfect. Okay, so I'm gonna clean up this under eye situation, and then I'm gonna do my other eye with the Recently Deceased palette before we go ahead and move on to the underneath of both eyes. Does that make sense? Because I'll have to do my base makeup in between and all that jazz. Okay. So I really wish I didn't still have blue, but I think this is a cool look. I really like the color of this though. And this is actually definitely more, I was nervous because I have the Spliff gel liner that's like really a green. And so I was nervous that this would be similar in shade, but I definitely feel like I can see a clear difference between the two. Cool. Okay, so now we're gonna do the Recently Deceased palette. And what do we want to do with this bad boy? Oh, one of the owners, Dana, one of the owners of Milk Cosmetics, Dana, she did this like really pretty, like just green eye, I think. Well, it was like a greenish yellow eye. And I'm guessing she used the shades Beetlejuice, Draw a Door, and Neurotic to do that. And part of me really wants to do that with like a purple wing. And I think that's what we're gonna do. So we're gonna go ahead actually and try, this is the, I think the medium shader brush. I'm gonna take this shade Beetlejuice. I'm gonna just kind of pack that. We'll pack that onto the lid and into the crease. I have a love-hate relationship with eyeshadow palettes having like cute designs in the pans because they're so pretty. I don't want to touch them, but then I have to, so I get actual use out of my eyeshadows, you know? It's just quite the conundrum. So I'm actually getting a decent blend with this. This isn't really what this style of brush is meant for. It's meant more for packing. It's packing great. And then even trying to blend it into the crease a little bit, I feel like it's not too horrible. It's not getting quite as of a fluffy blend as I prefer, so I am going to go with a regular tapered blending brush. I would be curious, and if you guys want to see this, I can do a video with comparisons. I have almost all of the melt palettes except for Smoke Sessions, Impulsive, and Radioactive, but I believe I have all the other ones. I don't have the stacks, but I would be curious to see a comparison of these greens to, I feel like they do grungy green tones a lot, and so I would be curious to see how how it compares. Like, this kind of reminds me a lot of Papel Picado from the Vita palette. I'm definitely getting those vibes. Okay, so I'm not too worried about this being, it's like a little bit patchy near my line, or like eyelash line, but I'm going to put liner there, so I'm not going to worry about that too much. The main thing is that, do we have a good blend? Which I feel like we do. So what I'm going to do is then go in with a more more of a dense brush, but not super dense, but doesn't have to be as, oh, you know what, actually? Okay, so I know people normally hate the dual-ended brushes that come in palettes, but this is the brush that came with my Life's a Drag palette, and I actually really like this it's like a more densely packed blending brush, and I like it because it's a little bit, I don't know, I feel like it's a really good size, so I'm a fan. So we're taking Draw a Door, and we're just gonna put that, okay, so there's not a huge depth difference between these two on the eye, I don't think. I mean, I guess it's sort of deepening it up. I will say my one qualm is that the shade Paranormal, that dark green, there's like no dark greens in this palette to really go with it. And I don't like when a shimmer's the darkest. I mean, it's darker than the purples too, so it's by far the darkest. But if you're using it with the Waiting Room palette, you can go in with that black. But if you're purchasing just this palette, that's kind of that would be, I feel like, frustrating. What I think is so cool when they do these like grungy greens, I don't know if you can tell, but on their own, they kind of get like their own sort of depth depending on like where you're building them up at and like the way the light hits them. They're just so, that's why I think they are probably my favorite makeup brand. Okay, so we've done that. So now what we're going to do, see, this feels more, I don't think this one will be as crumbly, so I will also just use Fix Plus on a flat brush for the shade Neurotic, and I'm just gonna put that in the center. Actually, you know what? No, I'm just gonna pack it all over the lid. Whatever. Just knocking things over. Okay. So, oh, this is I don't think I've been describing my brushes, have I? Well, I described the fluffy brush I've used on this eye is a BH Cosmetics. It's from the Crystal Zodiac collection, but it's one of their tapered blending brushes. They all are the same. And then the flat brush I used for this eye is the Morphe M166 brush. And now I'm using the Morphe M224 brush. See, oh my God. That's stunning. That is so pretty. And I know I said on the other eye that I didn't want too much shimmer between the silver and the purple, but we're gonna give it a go. We're gonna see if maybe that was okay. This reminds me a lot of the shade Scarab in the Natasha Denona Trio Chrome palette. Would you guys want to see a video with swatch comparisons to my palettes where I can find similar shades? Because I feel like I might have them. And then I'm going back in with Draw a Door on that Lunar Beauty brush, and I'm just gonna put that over the edge just to make it a little bit more matte at the end. And then we're just gonna blend that out. That is so freaking pretty. Oh my god. Okay. Okay. Wow. Wow, 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 wow. Okay, so now I will say on this eye, I don't know if you can see it, where the liner is, it's kind of getting, I have really crinkly skin on my eye, so it is sort of cracking, which does happen. I don't know, let's see. I feel like it's really on the end where I already put some, so I don't know if putting more right now is gonna actually help. I think it might make things worse, but we're gonna, oh yeah, no. So the more I'm adding, the drier and more crackly, crumbly it's getting on my eye. So just know that. Okay. On this one, we're gonna try the pigment paint, even though technically it's not eye safe. So now what we're gonna use is Utterly Alone. So this is the one that is not eye safe. So, you know, what is that saying? Do as I say, not as I do. You're not supposed to put this on your eyes. So if you have sensitive eyes, don't do it. I am personally choosing to make this mistake of my own free will. Ooh, this is so sparkly. Oh my god. So again, I'm dipping this, I'm taking like a chunk out of the pot and putting it into my lid, and then just kind of moving my brush in there. That is my preference on how to use these gel liners. And I'm pretty sure I have all of them except one, like the rose gold one I think is the only one. Oh, the rose gold and the black are the two that I don't have. I really like the way this pigment, and actually this is like metallic and this is shimmery, so it doesn't, I mean, it's a lot of shimmer on my eye, don't get me wrong, it is a shimmery eye, but I don't hate that look as much as I was concerned about on the other side. Okay, so now we're gonna clean up under this eye, and then I'm gonna go and do my whole base except for my mascara. I'll come back to show you using the mascara, and then we'll finish up the bottom parts of each eye and put on, decide what lip we want to do. I don't know. I really wanted to try out that olive, but I don't know if I'm really feeling that vibe, the olive vibe, with either of these looks. I really kind of want to go for that metallic purple lip stain, I think. Although that stained my hand. So the stain is its accurate name. But anyway, again, I'm going to be back, but you're not going to notice because whatever. I just did like whatever face products I had sitting here because I didn't want to spend too much time on it because I'm literally wiping all of this off as soon as this video is over. But actually on screen, this kind of looks nice. So we're going to do our lower lash line. I just put black in the water, like a black cream gel liner in the waterline for both eyes because I didn't have cream gel liners that matched either, and I don't like putting a gel liner in my waterline, especially this one that's not technically eye safe. That's getting real close to my eyeball, so I'm not gonna do that. Okay, so on this eye, we're gonna, the way that I view my lower lash line, I prefer when I replicate what's on top with what's on bottom, for the most part. Sometimes I'll do like a different colored lower lash line, but that's not my favorite look. So really what we're gonna do is put this black, the shade Charman, we're gonna put that right underneath our lash line. This brush has no name, it's literally just flat. So we're just gonna put this, and I want to be careful to not smoke this out and cover up our gel liner. That's that really bright shade. And then I could, like, look at how, oh my god. I could do this brush probably to smoke it out if I really wanted to, but I don't want this to get too crazy on the bottom. I'm gonna use this. This is like a flat little smudger brush, which actually, Melt actually has one, so we're gonna use this. This is one of the Melt brushes, and I'm gonna go in with the shade Tombstone, which is technically the darker gray. And we're just gonna pat that right above where that black is. And then I'm actually gonna use the same brush, but flip it to the other side. And we're gonna go in with Shrunken Head. These two shades aren't that different. One's just a teensy bit lighter. So there we go. So I vary with the light gray, took that out, but I kept the black underneath. And I actually kind of like it. It gives this sort of like check, because it's like darker over here, darker over, like darker over here, lighter, lighter. It gives kind of like a crisscrossy vibe to it. I'm feeling it. We're gonna do the other eye with this, again, what goes on top? Well, hold on. I think I might do, I might just go against the rule I just told you guys and actually go purple on this one. And do the shade Lost Souls, which is the darker purple. I'm using, this is a Sonia Kashuk smudger brush. Oh, okay. So I'm getting a lot of transfer. I think it's from my black eyeliner. I didn't do a great job of like setting anything, so. Yeah, I like the purple underneath on that one. Okay, and I'm actually gonna do the same thing on this one and just flip to the other shade, the other purple Bio Exorcist on the same brush. This is just slightly lighter, but oh man, these babies are pigmented. Okay, so just kind of trying to blend that out. Oh my god, this is giving me such Beetlejuice vibes, which is, I know, kind of the point, but wow. Okay, I'm gonna actually do my inner corner, and I'm just gonna use the shimmer shades I used on each eye. We're just gonna do the inner corner. We're not gonna get too wild and crazy. So on this eye, I'm just gonna stick to this eye for a second. We're gonna do the shade Neurotic, and I'm just gonna tap it. And this is my Sigma shader, or it's the E46, which is the inner corner brush. And then we're gonna do the same brush. I'm gonna wipe it off first, and then we're gonna grab that shade Juno and just put that on the inner corner on this side. So that is that. Now we're gonna do the eyelash curler and the mascara, and then we're gonna pick out a lip product. So actually, do I want to do a lip product first? Let's do the lips first, because then I'm going to zoom you guys in so you can see. I probably should have zoomed you in for the eye look. Maybe I will in editing. We're just going to take the L on the lips. And maybe when I do, if I do like a few looks, I might go for like a more neutral one with just the silvery shades and rock that. But I'm just not that girl that can do the crazy colors. The crazy color eyeshadow and the crazy colored lips. I just can't. And like, one needs to be a nude. Okay, one just needs to be a nude. So I'm just gonna grab a nude lipstick. So now we are zoomed in. We're gonna use our eyelash curler. Okay, so we curled our lashes. And now we're gonna try the Ultra Black Supernatural Lash Mascara. This is working pretty well. I won't have like a great review of this until I try and wear it like for an entire day. So I can see how, because my big issue is when it transfers. I have two big issues. One is clumping, which this is not doing. Two is when it transfers to my lower lash, like to my face, basically, throughout the day. It starts to come off. So far, so good. Let's see how it does. Lower lashes. I feel like it's coating my lashes pretty well. Yeah, I mean, I think those look good. Okay, so now I'm just standing up and leaning over, but these are the two looks. I really like how they turned out. I'm really happy with this collection. I'm gonna sit back down. I'm really happy with this collection. I'm super excited to play with it some more. If you guys want to see swatch comparisons, let me know. I'm happy to do solely a swatch comparison video with all the palettes that I have, you know, what shades are similar, things like that. And then I'm also wanting to do a multiple looks, 2 palettes, I guess, video, or a multiple looks video with this collection. Or if you guys want to see them like 3 looks, 1 palette video dedicated to each palette, I can do that. That's just going to take me longer. But anyways, let me know what you want to see down below. Maybe by the time I film again, this will be cleaned up. Maybe not. Who knows? It's a mystery. So go ahead and hit that subscribe button if you have not done that already. Also, leave a comment. If you have made it this far, comment is there a beetle emoji? I don't know. Comment some sort of emoji, or, you know, just say, hey, I made it to the end of the video. You talk so much. I don't know. But anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I'm so excited about this collection. I'm so excited to do more looks and videos and Instagram posts with this collection. If you don't already follow me on Instagram, the username is Caitlin House Makeup, and I post there every Monday through Friday, regular posts, and then I do stuff on my stories on Saturdays and Sundays. Anyway, all right. Hope you guys have a great day. Bye.